Today we're diving into the most controversial topic in World of Warships. The floating rage machines, the bane of destroyer mains, the reason why half your team quits in the first 2 minutes. That's right, we're talking about aircraft carriers. Now let's get this straight. This game is called World of Warships, not World of Warplanes Lite. Yet here we are, with players skipping the whole ship part and just yeeting unlimited planes across the map like it's some kind of arcade mode. Oh, you spend 15 minutes angling your battleship? Too bad. Here's a squadron of dive bombers that don't care about your armor, your positioning, or your will to live. And don't even get me started on the spotting, because nothing says fun gameplay like being perma-spotted by a CV who's basically playing a totally different game on top of yours. But wait, it gets worse, because WG looked at regular CVs and said, you know what this needs? Enter super carriers, the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse. Eagle, United States. These things don't just break the game, they snap it over their knee and toss the pieces into the ocean. Unlimited plane respawns? Check. Bombs that hit harder than a Yamato salvo? Check. The ability to make an entire flank of ships question their life choices? Oh, you bet. So today, we're asking the big question. Are Super CVs worth it? Are they the ultimate flex for whales who love ruining everyone's day? Or just another sign that WG has given up on balance entirely? Stick around, because this is gonna be a rough ride. Just like your average match when the enemy team has a CV and yours doesn't. Let's set sail. Ah yes, time to talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say, now enter the Super CVs, the final boss of pain. These beasts come equipped with special use planes. You know, the kind that feel like they're sent straight from Area 51. These planes don't just slap, they dunk on you from orbit. And what's the trade-off? Nothing. Literally nothing. You could shoot down a couple, pat yourself on the back, and then 30 seconds later, bam! Here comes the entire full squadron again, like nothing happened. It's like playing against infinite ammo cheat codes. And you're the tutorial boss. The real clown part is how ridiculously fast these planes are. We're talking 350 plus knots. That's faster than your reaction time, faster than your AA can wake up, and definitely faster than your sanity can process. So, even if your AA does catch them, they've already dropped 1 billion torpedoes or missiles in your face. There's no saving throw. You just sit there, watching your ship become a floating fireworks display. To be fair, I get that Super CVs are supposed to be endgame power fantasy or whatever, but holy moly, this is just griefing at this point. You're not playing against a ship, you're playing against a mobile airbase with infinite reinforcements and nothing to lose. There's zero risk for the CV player and maximum punishment for everyone else. Want to push? Nope. Want to cap a point? Spotted. Want to exist for more than 3 minutes? Sorry, your cooldown's not done yet. So unless you have a Super CV of your own, or you magically queue into a team where the CV mains have logged off, you're just going to get farmed. It's not even about skill anymore. It's about whether you get the coin flip matchmaker where your team's CV is awake and theirs is not. And that's just bad design. So the game's already spiraling into chaos with Super CVs zooming around the map like they paid for the DLC early access to hell. But let's say you've embraced the darkness. You've decided you don't want to suffer with the rest of us. You want to be the problem. Then allow me to introduce you to the anime villain of the skies. The Japanese super carrier Sekiryu. Sekiryu isn't just another carrier. Nah, this thing is the final form of bullying. When you roll out in Sekiryu, you're not just playing World of Warships. You're playing a flight sim that only ends when your enemies uninstall. It's got 5 different types of aircraft. Yeah, 5. Not 3, 5. Wargaming looked at Hakuryu and went, what if we cranked the dial past 10 and just ripped it off? Let's start with the standard squadrons: attack aircraft, torpedo bombers, and dive bombers. These are your everyday tools of destruction. Nothing too special, just casually lethal. The torpedoes though? Oh buddy, high alpha damage, solid flood chance, and enough punch to ruin the day of any battleship that's even remotely caught broadside. These torps are your bread, butter, and bento box. They're why people take cover behind islands the moment they hear an engine whine. Now for the real fun, the special squadrons. First, you've got the special attack aircraft. Only 3 planes per squadron, but don't let that number fool you. These things come flying in at 350 plus knots, like they just got evicted from a Gundam hangar. By the time your AA wakes up and decide to respond, they've already dropped their payload and dipped. You're not even mad, you're just confused. Did you even see them? Was that a seagull? Was that God? Then there's the special torpedo bombers, the real MVPs of your villain arc. Each plane carries 2 Japanese torpedoes. That's 4 torps per drop, which means you can deliver enough alpha strike to make even a Kremlin reconsider its life choices. They're like mini nuke strikes. It's not about if you hit. It's about how hard you want to hurt someone's soul today. But what about Sekiryu herself? Well, the concealment is pretty meh. You're not exactly sneaky in this beast. A spot range of 15.5k means you'll be seen if someone gets too close, but let's be real. If someone is that close to your carrier, it's probably game over anyway. Speed? She cruises at around 33 knots, so not the fastest ship afloat. But you're not here to run. You're here to sit back and rain fire from above. You could put your Sekiryu on autopilot and still top the scoreboard. Defensively, she's got a decent AA bubble. But, like all CVs, your real defense is not being seen. Because let's be honest, once a sub or a DD gets the scent of your hull, you're just a floating loot crate. So yeah, Sekiryu is a menace. She's not subtle. She's not balanced. She's not here to have a fair fight. She's here to let you cosplay as a WW2 boss fight. If you're tired of being spotted all game, tired of dodging super planes, tired of watching your health bar vanish from across the map, then maybe it's time to join the dark side. Become the Sekiryu. Embrace the bullying. Alright, it's time to talk about the flying baseball bat of freedom. The Super CV with stars, stripes, and unapologetic he spam. The USS United States. That's right, Wargaming literally gave a carrier the name United States, like it's about to drop the Constitution on your face from 20,000 feet. And if Sekiryu is anime villain energy, United States is just pure Michael Bay. Explosions? Yes. Subtlety? Absolutely not. Lighters, which are mostly there to slap enemy aircraft and say no fun allowed. They don't do much damage to ships. But if you're tired of enemy CVs doing flyovers like it's an air show, these can help shut that nonsense down. Standard HE bombers. And oh boy, these are the main course. These babies hit like a truck carrying fireworks. But now let's talk about the real firepower. The 3 special aircraft squadrons, aka the I-win buttons. Special attack fighters. These are the American missiles of justice. 3 planes per squadron, each one carrying 2 high-speed missiles, and they fly in at well over 300 knots. They're fast, stealthy, and hit with that lovely American energy of, "We're not here to play fair." AA barely has time to react before you've already turned a light cruiser into Swiss cheese. Special torpedo bombers. Now, these are interesting. Again, each aircraft carries 2 torps, and they actually come in faster than usual. But here's the thing, American torpedoes still suck. Like, it's cute that they tried. Sure, 2 torps per plane sounds scary until you realize they've got less alpha than your average random game teammate. Special he bombers. And here's where the ship becomes United Hellfire. These low-flying, high-speed he bombers cruise in around 200 plus knots. And it's not just the damage you worry about, it's the aftermath. These bombs are straight up flammable nightmares. You drop 2 and the enemy starts melting like someone left them in the Florida sun. But let's not forget about the carrier herself, USS United States. She's got meh concealment spotting range of around 15.2k, which means you're not sneaking anywhere. But honestly, with this kind of air power, you don't need to sneak. If they find you, they'll regret it eventually. She's decently armored for a CV, but like most carriers, she still melts under focus fire. Speed-wise, she's cruising at 33.5 knots, which isn't bad. She can reposition if things get spicy, and she's just mobile enough to avoid early doom. Her AA defense is decent, better than most CVs, but again, her best defense is just ruining everyone else before they get to her. So what's the verdict? If Sekiryu is a precision strike weapon, United States is a flamethrower taped to a missile. You press the button, things explode, and someone somewhere is yelling, "This is broken," in 5 different languages. Beautiful, terrifying, pure America. Alright, captains, time to head across the pond and talk about the Royal Navy's contribution to the super carrier circus, the Eagle, aka Tea Time with Explosions. This is Britain's Super CV, and while America brings fire and Japan brings precision, the UK looked at WOWS balance and said, let's casually ruin someone's day without them realizing what hit them. Classic British passive aggression, but with missiles, and bombs. You've got standard torpedo bombers, which are surprisingly decent. The torpedoes themselves are pretty consistent, and the drop pattern is tight enough to land good hits, especially on sluggish BBs or cruisers turning slower than your grandma's shopping cart. Then come the split bombers, and this is where Eagle goes full British engineering moment. Unlike the US or Japanese carriers that drop from above like Death Eagles, British bombers fly low and slow over your ship, acting like they're just here to politely say hi, and then drop a carpet of small HE bombs that light you up like it's Guy Fawkes night. Now, the special aircraft. Oh yes, 3 flavors of chaos served fresh from Her Majesty's hangar. First up, the special fighter planes. Each one of these comes with 10 missiles per plane, and a squadron of 3 means you're staring down 30 high-speed Stingers. These missiles are like British wit, sharp, fast, and if you're in a destroyer or light cruiser, brutally unforgiving. Then we've got special torpedo bombers, and these are honestly solid. Fast approach, good spread, and they drop quick enough to avoid the classic, oh look, I dodge your torps by existing moment. And finally, the special split bombers. If the regular ones are annoying, these are infuriating. They come in with more fire chance, better bomb saturation, and tighter patterns. As for the carrier itself, the Eagle isn't trying to sneak around like some French DD. She's got a surface detectability of around 15.8 km, which is honestly not terrible for a CV, but don't expect to be subtle. You're a flying airbase and everyone knows it. Speed? 33 knots. Fast enough to relocate but not outrun your mistakes. And AA? Actually decent. British CVs tend to have solid AA setups, and Eagles is no exception. Now, how does she feel to play? The Eagle is for the player who wants to watch the world burn slowly. You're not nuking ships in one pass like Sekiryu, or setting fire to the sky like United States. Instead, you're chipping away, lighting fires, forcing damage control, and then showing up 45 seconds later with another wave to finish the job. It's psychological warfare in aviation form. If you like being the most passive-aggressive damage dealer on the team, while still topping the scoreboard, Eagle's your bet. Alright captains, it's time for the million credit 1.2 million XP 47 weeks of your life question. Are Super CVs actually worth it in 2025? Or are they just glorified floating grief machines that exist solely to ruin everyone else's fun while their player eats pizza and presses one button every 40 seconds? So, are they worth the grind and credits? If your goal is to delete enemy DDs from the match, make cruisers cry, and top the damage chart without leaving spawn, yes, 100%. You'll be hated, pinged, reported, and probably insulted in 3 languages. But you'll still be winning. And that's it, captains. That wraps up the chaos that is super carriers in World of Warships. Stay smart, keep your AA on, and for the lover of all that's holy, don't forget to bring defensive fire when there's a Super CV on the enemy team. Catch you in the next video, unless I'm already airborne over your spawn.